Welcome to the Sports Card Lessons Podcast. I'm your host, Big Ken. Whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on a streaming service, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified whenever I drop any new content. Welcome. How is everyone doing? Welcome to another special day two live from the National here in my wonderful hotel room with this nice art behind me on the wall. I'm trying to center myself between it to I know you're all used to my green screens and stuff behind me, but hey, I'm doing the best I can here. Day two was definitely a much better day than day one. Although it started early, I got over there because I wanted to get the blue band for the trade night. So I wanted to get in there early, and I got over there probably about a little bit before 8, waited an hour. They opened the doors like 10 of 9 for the VIP, which was really good. I was happy to see that. So I went right over there to the road show, and there was one guy there. He's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Nobody's even here yet. Like, you have to come back or something." And it was weird because I think they sold that, or not sold out, but I think they gave them up pretty quick. I mean, I went back, and I know they were telling people that there was none left, and I ended up grabbing one while I was there, but then my guy Jonathan found me, basketball card guy, and because we had some guys coming in on planes this morning that wanted to go, so we got a couple bands for them. But I think at the end, I think it probably worked out good to get in there early to get a table, but at the end, I don't think they held many people out. The trade night, that room was massive. It was busy, but it wasn't over the top busy. It was just busy. It was busy. And trade night was good. I mean, it was really good. I'm getting into a little bit of the trade night later. But I do have to say, and I'm sure, if you're on social media anywhere for cards or content, you saw the videos of the lines going all the way down the street and around a corner waiting to get in the morning. And those were for everybody who did not have VIP badges. So I said this yesterday. Wednesday was the busiest national I've ever seen. And today, Thursday, busiest national day two I've ever seen. So Wednesday to me felt like a normal Thursday, and today felt like a normal Friday, where and I say a normal Friday, but late in the day Friday, where people would, in the morning it wasn't so busy, and then it would like ramp up as the day went. I would say by 10:30, 11 o'clock, when all that crowd from out in the street got in, it felt like a late in the day Friday, where it was hard to see cases and maneuvering and bumping and getting around people. And I'm sure you've seen people doing lives from there to see, it is crowded. For the size of this place, it's unbelievable how crowded it is in here. That they're bringing, I know it's got to be record numbers, absolutely record numbers here for this national. And you get lost. I had half a room done, and I went to take a break, and I came back and I couldn't find that half a room. And by the time I found out where I got my place again, I had to go sit down and take a break because I was so tired from circling, around that room. And even with the Ludex, the interactive map and everything, the place is massive. It's easy. I'm going to tell you one of the things, and I've said this to a few people, and they've all said the same thing. So certain things you're looking for on there, you go in and, you're looking for, maybe whatnot or this or that, just to use it as a focal point to say, I know where I need to go is in that area. But in there, they have these banners hanging up from the ceiling, and you think, like, you get confused. You're like, oh, there's Whatnot over there, and then you go over there and you realize you're not even anywhere near Whatnot. It's just an advertisement. It's just a banner hanging from the ceiling somewhere, and they do that for a lot of different companies. So you have to learn to ignore those banners and really just look at the booths themselves. Pricing still very high. I've got a stack of things that I picked up today, and yes, for your entertainment and mine, I have 3 VIP packs. I am going to open these packs up at the end, but I definitely did some shopping today. And I know most people think of me as the Caitlin Clark guy, right? And lots and lots of messages today. Oh, this great Caitlin Clark card here, and this one here, and this one there, like so many. And when I tell you that every case has a Caitlin Clark card in it, in this convention, in that convention hall, it makes me a little nervous. Like, it absolutely makes me a little nervous. I would bet there's more Caitlin Clark cards in that room than most other athletes. The way they're just, no matter what case you're looking in, whether it's vintage, it's basketball, it's hockey, whatever, somebody's got a Caitlin Clark card in that case. And I was happy, and I'm going to say this too. Those cards are so expensive; they're priced super high, right? So I went to the trade night tonight, and I know I'm going to get into that later, but I'm just going to say I sold a bunch of Caitlin tonight to people who are like, "Wow, finally somebody's got decent prices," because everything seemed to be, overpriced on her. Norm in the chat. Norm, definitely nice meeting you today too. And to everybody out there, so many people stopping me and talking to me. And it's just awesome. It's awesome to hear from everybody. And it's like one of those places, right? You're bringing people from all over the world. And when you have a podcast like this, there is no barriers to where it can reach. So just other people from other countries coming and saying that they know me or they heard of me, and it's really cool when people say, they listening to me talk to somebody and they'll be like, "Oh, I know that voice." Like, do you do a podcast? Like, me? But yeah, just a great day interacting with a lot of people. I did a deal, my guy Lee, and I told him I was going to shout him out. I met him once, and we did a deal tonight. We met up at trade night. He bought a card from me, and I think I've seen him 3 times after that. And also my guy Brian, who I met at Culture Collision, and our paths are just crossing probably every 20 or 25 minutes. Either he's stalking me or he thinks I'm stalking him. But I mean, from restaurants to lobbies to the show to you name it, we just keep our paths have just been crossing the last 2 days. So a little funny there. I told him I would shout him out as well. But I did get some pickups today. I did do some. So for those of you who are going to cheer that I went and I dug in some value boxes, I was able to find some boxes with, the women's college basketball stuff. So I definitely bought a huge stack of that from one guy today. Was super excited to get that. But yeah, my first pickup of the day, and I have to say this because sometimes in this, I don't care who you are, you get a little complacent, right? No matter what. And when I went to the roadshow booth this morning and they said, "Oh, nobody's here yet, you can come back," I'm like, okay. So I figured I'm just going to stay in that area. So I kind of just shopped. I went to the next booth over, and I was looking in the guy's case, and I said to him, he had a redemption down there. I looked down, I could see it was Michael Penix Jr. And I know I just got all my redemptions back from him, from Micah. So he went in and signed everything, my prisms, my the no huddle stuff, everything that he signed was coming back. And I looked in it, and it said um, rookie signature Prism, and I was thinking it was Prism, right? And I asked him on the card. He had the card labeled at I think it was 160 or 165. And I said, what's the best you could do on that? And he says, you're the first person that's asked me about that card. He goes, I think it's because nobody could see really who it is down there. And he came back with like a 115 or something, whatever it was. And I said, you do 100 on it? He's like, yeah, perfect. And then when I got home today, I was pumped about it because I comped the card out as a Prism. And then I got home and back to the hotel and I realized it was a Panini Select and not Panini Prism. But it was still a great value at $100, right? To pick up the redemption. So super happy to get that. But in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, like even I talk to people about, be vigilant, do this, do that. But even I did the same thing. I looked in, I thought I read what I read, I comped it out, I got the card, I got home, I realized that it was slightly different than what I thought, but it all worked out because it was definitely a good value. So as far as football, that was the only football card I bought today. The rest, all the same player. You could probably imagine, who the player is. But it was all Cameron Brink, who I think she just started playing again this last week, Tuesday, before I came here. I watched her first game back. She looked great. I think she's going to be just fine. I hope she'll be just fine. But I ended up picking up this blank slate PSA 9. I picked up this Fractal Blue Pulsar PSA 10. This is numbered to 199. So you actually get the colors today because I'm not using the green screen. The Select White Prism, numbered to 99, PSA 10. The Pulsar, numbered to 499, PSA 9. And the Blue Pulsar, numbered to 199. This is actually a PSA 8. And the reason I know it's an 8, but it is the Pulsar to 199. And I kind of inspected the card in the case. And besides just being slightly, I don't know if it's going to be hard to see on here, just being slightly OC, from what I could see, everything looked good on it. The price was right. This was almost a throw-in. The guy actually took it out and he's like, oh, no, that's an 8, and he pulled it back like it was some like yesterday's trash, right? And I'm like, well, let me see. Let me take a look at it. And then it was like, at the end, it turned into a throw, and he's like, yeah, I'll just throw that one in for you. I'm like, perfect, so maybe I can do something with that card. Who knows? And of course, picking up a lot of the Michaela Blakes and Silas Swords. I had some. I can just run through some of these here. Some Kaylee Heckel. I mean, she just transferred to UConn, so picking up. I mean, where are you going to find autos for $5, right? On her. This was a Michaela Blake's. This was the gold McDonald's All-American. Silas Swords was a gold to 50. She plays for Michigan. Huge following with her. I'm not sure if her talent level is as good as a lot of the other girls, but they have such a huge following there that. And here's another one of hers cards too, to 99. Blue, green. This is green to 99. Another Kaylee Heckel auto patch, and Audie Crooks. Zip's favorite girl, Audie Crooks. So I picked those up today. Just Man Sports Cards. He says, "What's hot there? Does this still feel like the peak of the NFL market, and when you should be selling?" You know what, Just Man, I have to say, I'm a little disappointed that the values of the cards didn't come up as much, but this seems to be a pattern over the last couple of years that the football prices just don't seem to be peaking, and I think it's because there's a lot more people in the hobby, and there's a lot more people at this show, and there's a lot more people people at shows, and I think with everybody buying to flip and the percentages and the 80s and the 85s, and this is what we're doing and that's what we're doing, I don't think we really give the opportunity for those cards to really go up. I think all of a sudden we start to see a couple good sales, and then all of a sudden we see some low sales again on them. I had some cars tonight that I put up at trade night that, you know, prices were kind of the same at the end of June, right? Or the mid June, the end of June on some of those cards. So, like, and I'm still looking at them tonight. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'm just going to put them on at trade night because I just don't know where, where it's going to go. And I know a lot of people say, oh, wait till August. But, part of the problem is if you wait too long with that, then you see the prices start to come down. Because, and I know people will say September, September, September. But you know what? When teams start playing, when the reality, the actual what this player is doing on the field, people they start to lose interest and not want to pay up. They only want to pay up for the guys who look like a superstar out there. And then again, it's really just quick flip, quick flip, quick flip. So to answer your question, is it the peak? I think we're very close to it. I don't think it's probably going to get much higher on most players. I think that's kind of where we're going to be on that. So trade night tonight. Trade night was great. I moved a lot of cars tonight. Like I said before, I sold a bunch of Caitlin Clark cards. I sold some football cards. I had a Joe Burrow RPA I've had for a while. I ended up moving that card. People seem to be hot on Burrow and Jamar Chase. I was expecting Bo Nix was going to be the guy, and still may be, but it feels like a lot of people talking up Burrow and Chase. So I saw a lot of those cards come by the trade night tables. I had the Burrow out. There's a lot of people that were interested in the Burrow, and I also had the Jermaine Burton 1/1 that people mistaked for a Burrow 1/1. A lot of people kept saying, "Oh, how much for the Burrow 1/1?" I said, "Well, it's a Burton, not a Burrow." So, so definitely quarterbacks, is still hot. And I'll tell you, and I know some people are going to love to hear this, and other people are like, "No," but I'll tell you what, the vintage has been kind of all the rage. So many people. I see young kids negotiating at tables for vintage cards. And I'm like, wow, this it's really like people are really getting into this lane. And I know it's been, I'm not going to say people haven't been getting into this lane because I think this lane has just been growing for a long time. But yeah, definitely a lot of vintage seems to be very hot this year too. USA Cards says, where's the Caitlin Clark market like at the moment? I think it's very strong still. The only thing that worries me is just so many cards. I mean, I expected to come out here and be kind of the cat's meow, right? With all these nice Caitlins and, the really nice ones I've saved for the West Coast, but, those were all the numbered. So a lot of these are the non-numbered and things like that. And I started thinking to myself, oh, wow, like these cards are almost a dime a dozen out here and walking around, and I just can't believe how many variations of the same cards that I just keep seeing over and over and over again. And some of the prices coming down. I had the draft picks Caitlin Clark, the auto, it's non-numbered, and it's PSA 10, which was selling at $1,500. The first few were at $1,500. Now they're at like $1,000, right? The last sale I think was like 1,070 or 1,030, something like that. So those, when a lot of these other Prism and these higher end cards, were peaking higher, I think the draft picks and some of the college stuff and things like that are declining a little. I think the market's just trying to figure that out. Just Man says vintage, like 70s and older. Where do you put the cutoff for vintage? So yeah, I'm 30s, 40s, 50s. I'm kind of talking about vintage there. The Jackie Robinsons, the Satchel Paige, the cards like that. These are the ones that people are hot on right now and looking for. And there's a ton of them. I mean, there's a ton. I don't know the vintage market. I'm going to be completely honest. So I'm walking and I see all the vintage. I move past it, but I have friends that do it, and they come up like, look at this card, and I look at these cards, and they're beautiful. But I really don't know because I don't know the vintage market. I can't say like that's super rare or not super rare or super expensive or not super expensive. We were at the trade night. The kid across from me, young kid, probably 20, young 20s. Puts these vintage cards out, and Bill from Bill and Billy Sports Cards, he picked a few up. He was pricing them out, and he was holding his phone up. I mean, these things aren't cheap. I mean, these cards were pretty expensive. So it's a good market, I guess. And if you know the market, there's a lot of value if you know what you're doing there. So yeah, so trade night was great. Get your get your wrist thing for the trade night, your bracelet for the trade night, because they just let you right in. This is like a free pass in and out the door. If you don't have one, they make you wait until all the bracelet people get in and stuff like that. I talked to people who came in without bracelets, said not so bad. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. I just don't know moving forward Friday, Saturday night with those trade nights if they're going to be so busy that a non-bracelet is not going to be let in the room. So again, I know Roadshow Cards, their booth is 1912, and I'll keep sending people there to get the bracelets there. As promised, 3 national packs. Super excited. I talked about I wanted to get these. A guy had them at a table today, so I said I'm going to buy 3 today. Hopefully I get something. Whether I do or not, I'm going to probably buy 3 again tomorrow and do this again tomorrow. So let's go ahead and open them, and let's hope we hit something big. All right. So of course, 2 sports. I do golf. Leo DeVries, rated rookie. Looks decent enough. Not sure. Frederick. Well, this one is numbered to 199, so that's kind of cool. I'm not really sure. There you go, holding that one up. These packs were $40 a pack, but I think I was able to get them at a good price because I saw them at a couple booths down, and they had them at 55, and I saw them somewhere else at 50. So I think I got a good deal on them, but we'll know how good of a deal I have when I. Oh, so USA Card says he just got traded to Oakland. Was that the baseball player? Well, obviously, I'm sure it wasn't a golfer. And I see Bill and Billy are here. They've had Howard's picked up some baseball hobby box, some higher end hobby box, and he wants to bring it back and rip it. So we may go live again later when he comes back. Another baseball player, Roman Anthony. Hopefully we did well on him. Hopefully he is a good player. We got a Jalen Milroe, red number to 99. That was a nice hit. Look at that. Let's go. Last pack magic. Anthony's the number 1 prospect in baseball. See that? Look at that. These are good packs. Thanks for letting me know. Keeping me updated here. Oh, another baseball. Jesus Made. Has he done anything? Oh, we got something crazy coming out. I'm not sure what this is, but this is really cool. This is Will Howard, also numbered to 99, but this is it's like a downtown type or a color blast type of card. I don't know what this is. How'd I do? It sounds like I did pretty good. I'll have to wait till my baseball guy gets back. Well, although I have one right here, USA Cards is letting me know. So Made is good too. Thank you, Eric. So see that. Now I'm pumped to go get some more of these packs. These seem to be more fun to open than I killed baseball. These seem to be more fun to open than than those dreaded blaster boxes. So, so I'm gonna stop here. Like I said, there is a hobby box on the way here. So if we're going to rip that, I will go live again for why these guys ripped this, and that's also baseball. Maybe we'll keep killing baseball here in the room. They hit something real big, we'll there'll be a celebration going on. But I appreciate you guys, everyone tuning in. Uh, Oh yeah, so definitely jump back on. Okay, definitely will. Um, Thanks for hanging out with me with day two with my update here. And Yeah, when they get here, we'll rip that box right here. We'll go back live again. But for now, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. And if you like what you hear, please definitely subscribe. Most importantly, tell a friend, spread the word. Until next time, take care of yourselves, everyone around you. Thanks, guys.